In looking out over the masses today, I'm reminded of 1983 when there was a general strike and unionized employees shut down the entire province. Every once in a while, employers and government need this sort of a wake-up call. I'd like to start this event off today with singing a song that's known to the Musqueam as both a greeting song and a parting song. And it's known that way because it's actually a song that's used when we embark upon a new journey. We use it to call upon the spirits of the ancestors and Tsitsi'em, the Creator, to watch over us and see us safely to our destination. And then it's used again when we arrive safely at our destination to offer our gratitude to the Creator and the ancestors for seeing us safely to our destination. And I use it today because to me, this seems like the beginning of a new journey. Thank you, dear friends and relatives. I hand the floor back.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Victor, for that deep and meaningful welcome. It's much appreciated and especially significant considering that yesterday was the day of truth and reconciliation, so something that we should all be considering in our lives. Up next, we have someone who's been standing with us in lockstep, marching with us in lockstep this whole time, right from the very beginning. It's Melissa Morose, the Executive Director of the Professional Employees Association.
All right. I'll just, Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Morose, the Executive Director of the Professional Employees Association. And it's true, we've been out on the picket lines with members of the BCGEU since the beginning of this strike. We are going on 5 weeks now. That's a really long time to be on strike. And I wish you could see what I see right now. All of you marching here to unite with all of your union flags, the courage that you have to stand together to fight for a good deal. It's really inspiring. And it's so great to see all of the other union leaders here as well, friends from the teachers union and the health unions, you know, the steel workers unions, all united here. It's great to have the labor movement all together. I was really disappointed on Monday to hear that when the BCGEU went back to the table, firstly, that they had to wait 3 hours before the employer even showed up. And then to have them show up and basically reshuffle the deck and present the same offer. The BCGEU rejected that offer. I talked to our bargaining committee. They've also rejected that offer. The province needs to come back to the bargaining table and make a reasonable offer so that workers can ratify the collective agreement, so that we can get a deal, and so that workers can go back to doing the important work that they do in communities across this province. And this strike is bigger than any one of us. It's not just about the people that are on strike, and we know this. This strike is about a fight for public services across the province. And this fight isn't just about wages. It's about fairness and respect and dignity. So today we march and we rally and we raise our voices loudly so that the BC government cannot ignore us. We are strong, we are united, and we will not stop escalating our job action until a fair deal is reached. One day longer.
One day stronger.
One day longer.
One day stronger.
One day longer.
One day stronger.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your support, Melissa. Up next, we have a group that's in bargaining right now, also another incredibly essential part of the public sector service workers in this province. It's Carol Gordon, president of the BC Teachers Federation.
Need to always the microphone goes shorter for me, forever. Hi everyone, I'm Carol Gordon. I'm president of the BC Teachers Federation. Really proud to stand here with you today on behalf of almost 51,000 teachers from across British Columbia. But I gotta say, we're standing with you, but you look fabulous out there. Give yourselves a round of applause. Wasn't long ago I was on that side, standing with you with the flag, and really proud to be here with you today. You know, we know it's important work that you do on the front line, because if you're fighting forest fires, we value your critical work, and we want you to be treated with the dignity and respect that matches your contribution to communities across BC. I live in Kelowna. And for more than 2 decades, I fully understand how important you are to the people of this province. If you're a social worker, teachers see your work, and we thank you for the support of the families that we teach. You are a valued part of our communities, caring for those who need and demand it the most. And you deserve to be valued by your employer and by this government. And if you work in liquor distribution in stores at the end of the week, we really thank you. Because you help us celebrate our birthdays, our holidays, our special family occasions, and you support the economy and you support joy across this province. And for those who work in offices and from home across the province, picking up the phone to assist us in navigating BC's multiple systems of support, thank you. We hear you. And in those offices, I know many of you are helping government make really good decisions. So thank you for being here today, because we're all here to help government make one really good decision: fair wages and a good collective agreements for the workers of this province. And if I didn't mention you and your role, know that everyone else on the line in so many unions, we do see you, we understand the work that you do, and we support you. You know, teachers across this province are hard workers. They come with passion, caring, and a deep sense of purpose to their schools and their classrooms every day. And we know that members of the GEU and PEA do the very same. Thank you. And yes, you are heading into week number 5, and strikes are really hard. BCTF members know that. We've been there. We know you're walking on the line for each other, for those you serve, and for new workers just entering the workforce and future generations of workers that we are teaching today. And we stand with you, beside you, shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, so that all workers in British Columbia can be treated fairly. And you know, about a year ago, we worked really hard during this last election, and teachers were made some really important promises about improvements to schools. And we're counting on this government to make good on those promises and the varied and important commitments they made to all of us in the public sector. And just like you, we will hold this government to its promises. Not the least of which that this government made to all of us is respect for workers and the bargaining process. So thank you, BCGEU and PEA, for holding so firmly to your values, to your goals, and to your solidarity. BCTF members, from Nelson to Nechako, from Peachland to Prince George, from Vanderhoof to Vancouver, we are with you and we stand in solidarity. Because just like my t-shirt says, kids matter, and we know the work that you do matters to kids and their families every day. So teachers care, we care about you, and we will stand with you always. Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carol, for those inspiring words. And it's not just public sector unions that we have here in support of us today, but private sector as well. So please welcome to the stage Scott Lunny, Director of United Steelworkers District 3.
Good afternoon, friends. As was said, I'm Scott Lunny. I'm the Director for Western Canada for the United Steelworkers, and I'm glad to be here. This is a great crowd, and this is a great fight that you guys have going, and we really appreciate it in the Steelworkers. In BC, USW represents over 30,000 active and retired members in a range of industries, every industry: mining, forestry, manufacturing, telecom, the service sector. And my members, the members of the United Steelworkers in this province, they don't want a lot. They want a good economy and good family supporting jobs. And our members know that our industries, whether it's mining or forestry, can't be successful without experienced, professional, and properly compensated public service workers. We cannot have a strong economy, we cannot have a better BC without investments in the public service and the work that you all do to keep our province strong. We are in this together. Your fight is about dignity, it's about fairness, it's about respect, it's about the public services that every British Columbian relies on. It's about building an economy and building a better BC that respects workers, that gives us a fair, not just a living wage, but a wage and earnings that we can make progress on, that we can do better, that we can make a better living for ourselves and our families and our communities. I'm here to tell you that private sector union members stand with you. The United Steelworkers in British Columbia stand with you. Over 225,000 steelworkers across the country stand with you. It is my pleasure and my privilege to be here standing with you, shoulder to shoulder on behalf of my union and with the rest of the labor movement. Let's stay united. Let's continue to show them what solidarity looks like. And let's do it one more time. One day longer.
One day stronger.
One day longer.
One day stronger.
One day longer.
One day stronger.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that solidarity, Scott. It's much appreciated. Up next, we have another member who joined our strike, one of our lines right from the beginning out in Surrey at the ICB Center. It's Annette, Annette Toth, from President of MoveUP.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Holy smokes, you can't even believe what it looks like up here. It's incredible. You should be so, so proud. As you heard, my name is Annette Toth. I am the president of the union MoveUP. Our members are about 14,000 here in British Columbia. 75% of those are in the public sector. They work at ICBC, they work at BC Hydro, they work at Capilano University and at BC Transit. I do want to thank both Paul and Melissa and the BCGEU and PEA for inviting me here to speak today at this rally. But I have to say it was kind of a sad moment when I realized I needed to dust off the same speech that I gave 5 weeks ago in Surrey. It's shameful that we are still here. But what I also think is incredible beyond the shame is the message has not moved and it has stayed the same. The message has been clear from day one. The BCGEU, the PEA, and all public sector workers are telling this government that we have an affordability crisis, that our public sector jobs and work needs investment. And the people who do that work, provide those vital services, need a fair wage to keep up so they can afford to live and support the communities that they serve in. It's very, very simple. Every one of your members, every one of my members, every one of the members of every union standing up here, and those that couldn't make it today, those are the folks that pay rents, that pay for mortgages. They live in all parts of this province. And like everyone in BC, they're doing their very best. You are doing your very best to support your families in the best way that you can. But what we all want and what we are all seeking is a fair wage that keeps us in line with that rising everyday costs. Right? But somehow it feels like this government has their ears plugged. I don't know, did they get extra like PPEs for themselves or something? Because they're not listening. They're not listening. So that's why we are all here today. So I'm going to ask you to make a lot of noise right now because you heard the Premier's buildings over there and he didn't hear you the first time. 1, 2, 3. One day longer.
One day stronger.
That's a little better. Back in September, I stood shoulder to shoulder with Paul and Melissa and the BCGEU and PEA members and my own members who were supporting that picket line out in Surrey. And I made it clear that our members at MoveUp were 100% in support of public sector workers who were on the picket line, and that has not changed, not by a moment. You folks are standing up and fighting for fair wages that respect public service workers and what we bring to this economy. And they're also fighting to ensure that public services are not eroded. We need to invest in strong, robust public services because they are essential for British Columbians. We are essential for the success of this province. And that starts by making sure that people who do the hard work every day to keep our province running are paid appropriately so they can afford to live and work in the communities and afford to put food on their table for their families. So I ask you, how is it that this government, which says they're on the side of workers, can't figure out that taking care of workers means taking care of British Columbians? To the BCGEU and PEA members that are out on the picket line today around this province and couldn't join us here, we see you and we are with you. I said this 1 month ago and I will say this again. If this government does not come to the table with a meaningful offer that includes a fair wage for public sector workers, our members at BC Hydro, at ICBC, at BC Transit, and at Capilano University will be prepared to join you folks when they get to that point in their round of bargaining. As you see today, the entire movement, the entire labor movement is 100% behind you because that is what solidarity looks like. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your support, Annette. It's much appreciated. Up next, we have Adrian Gear, President of the BC Nurses Union, who's been supporting us from the very beginning as well and an essential part of our public service.
Thank you. Hello. I said hello. I want to say we are so excited to be here. My name is Adrian Gear. I'm a proud registered nurse, and I proudly represent 55,000 nurses around this province. And I'm here to share with you that we stand with you 110%. All of you, BCGEU and PEA. And I want to say shame for the way that you were treated on Monday. That's not okay. And what I want to say to this government, to this EB government, you can do better than that. Hear, hear. Our economy is only going to get stronger if we have strong investments in our public services. And that means treating the people who deliver the services with respect and dignity. 5 weeks out, that's not treating people with respect and dignity. You had the opportunity Monday to turn this around, and you missed that opportunity. I want you to look around at all these yellow, beautiful flags. There's some berry ones too, and flags from all the different labor organizations. We are united. And what I want to say to BCGEU members and PEA members, you are making history, and you are on the right side of history. Now, Victor spoke of 1983, the general strike. I want to tell you, I'm way too young to remember that. I was in high school, probably getting up to no good in 1983. But here we are years later, and workers having to be out on the line, struggling to get by because of the affordability crisis. This is a government that was built on serving the people. We are the people. And they need to get back to the table, and they need to deliver you, negotiate fairly, a good contract. I want you to know that on behalf of my members, we are inspired. We see you on the lines. We've been trying to come to the lines and support you. All workers will struggle at the negotiating table, and we see you, and you are inspiring us. So thank you, all of you up there, all of you in the crowd, everyone who is on the line today, standing up for workers. So I'm going to say it like everyone else, one day Longer, one day stronger. One day longer, one day stronger. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that speech, Andrea. Whew, I got a little goosebumps there. That was really good. Before we go on to our last speaker, just a little bit of a housekeeping announcement. All of those of you with BCGEU swag, flags, signs, and everything, there'll be people with orange vests at the back of the plaza at the Cauldron that you can give them to after we're done. However, last but not least, the man you've all been waiting for, the man that I can personally vouch is dedicated to putting workers first and tirelessly working to secure us a fair deal at the table. It's President Paul Finch.
Thanks, Robert. Thank you to my friend Quicksilum. Victor, thank you for that welcome. Thank you to all the amazing speakers representing so many tens of thousands of unionized workers across the province who here are standing with us in solidarity today for a fair contract and for the people who deliver public services in this province. Before I begin, I wanted to read out a message of solidarity that I received earlier this morning from the President of the Canadian Union of Public Employees in British Columbia, Karen Ranalata. She could not be here today as she's traveling to their national convention, but wanted to convey something. And I wanted to read this to you all because this is important. KPBC represents workers in bargaining right now, the K-12 administrative employees, the paramedics, and a number of other critical workers across the province. Their solidarity is deeply, deeply appreciated, and I want to read this. To the striking members of the BCGEU and the PEA, I wish I could be at this rally. Unfortunately, I'm in an airplane on the way to Toronto for our KPE National Convention. But I wanted to send this message of solidarity on behalf of 104,000 KPE members across British Columbia to say loud and clear, we stand with you. The members of the BCGEU and PEA are on the line for something simple and something just. A fair deal. Nothing more, nothing less. And let's be honest, you've earned it 1,000 times over. Like KPE members, you deliver the public services that British Columbians rely on every single day. You keep our province running. You make sure our communities are safe, cared for, and strong. And now, when you're asking for fairness at the table, the answer from all of us should be damn right, you deserve it. We all deserve it. Yeah. This fight isn't just your fight, it's our fight. When you stand up for fair wages, fair working conditions, and respect in the job, you're standing up for every worker in this province. So know this, KPE members are with you. We are on your side, at your rallies, on your picket lines, and in every community across this province. Your struggle is our struggle, your victory will be our victory, and we're not stopping until you get the fair deal that you deserve. In solidarity, all the way, Karen Ranalata. So I want to begin in maybe this might seem a bit off. I want to thank the government for uniting the entire public and private labor movement in this province. Probably not what they intended. But look, you've heard public and private sector union leaders right before me talk to you about what this strike is about and what it means to people. And you know what it means. The whole bargaining committee here with me today, we know what it means. And I just want you to raise your hands for a second. If you're on the PEA or the BCGEU bargaining committee, if you can raise your hands. Thank you so much for the work you're doing. I'm incredibly privileged to work day in, day out with this committed group. They understand what's at stake here. They understand what's going on. We didn't set out to pick a fight with this government. What we set out to do, what we did is we went out in our communities to our membership and we listened and we heard what your experience was, what your priorities were. how life was going for you and your families and the people that you serve day in and the reason that you go to work every day. And we heard that and we took that back to the bargaining table and we told government in no uncertain terms what was happening. We told them about the degradation of public services across this province, the suffocating micromanagement where they hire almost twice as many high-level managers as frontline workers. We told them of a reality of wildfire fighters making $28 an hour, forced to work endless overtime without seeing their families over the summer just to make enough money to get by. When we conveyed this across the bargaining table to the employer, what we tried to get across is these weren't just stories. These weren't just narratives to try and pump up the wage ask across the table. This is a fundamental reality that we are living day in and day out. And it's something that our membership that serves this province have asked us to represent to them every day that we're at that table. You've heard that this strike isn't just about wages, it's about respect, and it's about the services that British Columbians rely on. And that's true. And it's easy to reduce that to a talking point. It's easy to simplify that. But what we need to remember is that we're standing up for a province, as Scott said, that works for working families. It's pretty simple. People want decent paying jobs and a good economy to support themselves and those they care about. That's what people want. They want respect at work. This is not a difficult thing to put together. But what we're seeing is what happens when governments lose touch of the people they're governing. When governments lose touch with the people they're supposed to represent, that they're supposed to listen to. Because I can guarantee you, this government did not go and listen to the people of this province or the 34,000 BCGEU members in the civil service that work for them, or the hundreds of thousands of unionized employees across the province ready to strike with us when they decided to suppress wages and deny a fair deal at the bargaining table. So we're entering the 5th week of this strike. And I know a lot of us were disappointed when we saw the government's reaction and what they brought forward 3 hours late. And this is a funny one. I was on a media interview and someone's like, well, you know, how do they know we're supposed to show up in the morning? And I was like, why don't you ask the people that work for you every morning? Unreal. I just think to myself, do the people listening to these reports in the media, et cetera, do they believe what they're saying? You know, they're so out of touch with everyone in this province that works for a living that they can't even put it together. I don't even think they understand that the talking points they're coming out with in the media are ridiculous. No one believes them. And I want to, like, so I want to say this. We were disappointed at what happened on Monday, but we were there to get a deal. We didn't initially walk away when they said that they offered us 0.5% over the life of the contract in addition. You know, we've been on strike for 5 weeks, and that's the offer. We didn't walk away right away. We came back. We said, look, is this a mistake? like can you call government back and just check in? Because we're booked in for the week to settle this. Are you sure you didn't forget something? And I'll tell you, we said, look, we're going to wait here the rest of the day because we want you to come back with something real. We want to settle this strike, not just for our members and the members of the PEA. We want to settle this strike for people across this province who are hurting right now because government can't come to the bargaining table. So 4 p.m. rolls around, they didn't show up. They basically said, look, we're not coming back. So, I know. Yeah, it is disrespect, and it's disrespect not just for the bargaining team, not just for every member on a picket line right now, it's disrespect for the people who live and work in this province. And I can tell you that that feeling of disrespect is shared by the majority of people living and working in this province right now. So look, I've walked the line with many of you. Our bargaining committee's walked the line with many of you. I'm really proud to be a part of this union and to be part of this labor movement. And I'll tell you, the resolve I've seen since what they pulled on Monday has only gotten stronger. And I'll tell you, the legislature is opening on the 6th. And if they don't want to come to the bargaining table, we're going to bring the bargaining table to the legislature. And if they think they don't have to respect and pay fair wages to the civil servants that provide services and run this province, we're going to show them what it's like to have a province where those services are shut down. So on behalf of everyone, our bargaining team, everyone here, the labor movement, I want to thank everyone here, all our supporters across the province. Thank you for standing with us. It means so much to all of us. Stay strong, stay united, we will win.
Okay. Awesome. Thanks so much, Paul, for that. It was an amazing speech. And now we're going to do some quick chants because it's tell them what we want all the way up in that office. What do we want?
Fair wages.
When do we want them?
Now.
What do we want?
Fair wages.
When do we want them? Now. Union. Power. Union.
Power.
Union.
Power.
One day longer.
One day stronger.
One day longer.
One day stronger.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks all for coming here. You guys are all amazing. Thanks to everybody who's here in support and solidarity. Just a reminder, if you have a flag or swag, bring it back to the cauldron to a vested volunteer, and they will take that from you. And thanks again for everyone here for your solidarity and support. Much appreciated.
Someone like